Hey, what's going down?
Yes, we hope you guys have had a wonderful day.
Wonderful Tuesday.
Yes.
Turn these phones off.
And of course, the one that I needed to turn off, I didn't. However, hey Stacy.
Yeah.
Oh, we always have some technical difficulties, but it's getting much better.
Yeah,
So, babe, first I want to start off with this. So we had a conversation today. There was a young lady, guys, and this young lady said she was getting a divorce from her husband because he got laid off.
Lost his job.
Yes, she went on to say the reason why she was divorcing him is because she told him up front she was not paying any bills. He was the provider and she wasn't paying anything. So after he got laid off, he just asked her, wife, can you pay the bills for this first month? And she said, are you going to give me my money back? He said, why should I give the money back? We're a couple. And she said, because I told you that I'm not a provider and I married a provider. And if you can't provide for me, I don't want to be with you. Y'all, I was taken back by
Yeah,
this.
and the other thing that the guy that she was talking to said was, what did you say if you lost your job, you wouldn't? And she said, no, I didn't say that. So I think it was a little messed up.
Yeah.
That, yeah, you may have said you wanted a man to be a provider. I mean, you've been saying this whole thing about the 50-50. Should a man go 50-50 or should a woman go 50-50 with a man? And she basically was saying, hey, I told him I wasn't going to pay anything.
Yeah.
I'm not paying nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And what she went on to say, y'all, was,
I'm like, man, whatever.
my money is my money and your money is my money. I can't with that. I cannot get with any of that because I think that that's so transactional. If you want a transactional marriage, that's what you get. You can listen to her. And I don't even want to believe that this is true, guys. I really want to believe that this was for show.
Hey.
But something in my gut says, no, this is very real. And this lady was very serious about what she was saying. And this is what I've been, what we've been saying to men and women. Men, you need to also ask a lot of questions. Just to be married and attach yourself to certain women, you need to be finding out, is this woman for me, against me? And this isn't when y'all sit down on the first, encounter, date, whatever you want to call it, to have coffee, to have dinner, lunch, brunch, whatever.
Yeah.
But men, you guys have to ask these women some questions too. Because I want to say I'm a very balanced person. I'm a very diplomatic person. I'm the V for Virgo, baby. And I'm for what's right for men and what's right for women. I'm not just on this side of, it's just all women. I'm just, pro women.
Yeah. But you know what the problem is, though? Is
What?
that a lot of times dudes aren't really looking for a wife. It depends on what stage they are in life. And they lead with money. They lead with, hey, this is what I got. Hey, I'm making this amount. I drive this. I drive that. And that's what they're leading with. They lead with, I got this. I can take care of that. I can fly you out. And they set the stage like that's what it's all about. And you got to kind of, sometimes women get conditioned to, well, shoot, old boy was doing that. I'm kind of expecting the same thing.
So
I think a lot of times men lead with money.
Okay.
And then that's what they end up
getting. Can I ask a
getting.
question?
Yeah.
Why do sometimes or oftentimes men lead with money?
I just feel like it's insecurities. I think if that's what you're leading with, and it's not you, the person, the personality, if it's not like you're getting to know me, you like my stuff, you like what I can give you, you like what I can bring, you like the lifestyle that I can provide, And when you lead with that stuff, man, don't be surprised when that's what women are speaking to. You know what I'm saying? And so if they're not getting to know you for you, then what do you expect them to do?
Right.
They're going to want to lead or want you to continue to lead with the money. So if you said, I'm going to take care of you, I got you, don't worry about it, then you can't get mad when that's what they expect. Now, in her case, you know, I mean, I just think she was out of bounds.
Way out of pocket.
Your dude,
way out of line, man.
Your man done lost his job, and you're not stepping up. Just for a minute. And I'm gonna say this: like, I've been in a situation where, you know, I was transitioning, and listen, just hold me down for a second. I'm gonna be good. Don't even worry about it. I just need, listen, it's gonna come back around. And if you don't have a woman that's gonna hold you down when you're in your most difficult place, hey, salute to you, bro. You probably, she did you a favor because she showed you where she was really at when you were at your lowest. Those are the women right there. And a lot of times dudes be not sleeping on, but missing out on those type of women.
They understand what you mean.
And they're there for you at your worst. And then when you get back up, you looking for something else.
Right.
So
real quick, we want to thank you guys, those of you that are joining. We're just going to talk about a few things real quick before we dive in. We're just allowing people to get settled and get tuned in. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for any hearts. Thank you for all of what you give us. Joining our community, we just appreciate you.
Well, can I say this too?
Yes, please.
So just a reminder, every Tuesday night, 7 p.m., and every Sunday night, 7 p.m., we're going to go live and we're going to have our couples conversation. So welcome to Couples Conversation.
Yes.
That's what this is all about. Just having couples conversation.
Yeah.
We want to come talk about the things that we talk about.
Yeah.
The issues, whether it be, current events or things like that. But it's just all about couples, love, communication, relationships, and the ups and downs of relationships.
Yeah, and how we can do better, because what we said is we want to make sure that we talk about real talk, real communication, and real solutions.
Yeah.
And definitely, guys, send us questions. Ask us questions on here tonight. We want to interact with you guys. We don't have all the answers. Some of you guys that are out there are skilled and licensed in places that my husband and I are not. We are open to hearing, and other people are open to hearing you, okay?
And you know what?
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. No, I'm sorry. No, you go ahead.
Okay. And definitely we are encouraging you guys, share our lives so we can build our community. That's all we want to do. If you're a part of our community, we definitely welcome you with open arms. We want to help you also build your community by you guys coming on our live as well, and we're just talking about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then building your relationship.
Yeah, and building your relationship. And if you're not in a relationship, guys, we want to help you be better for that relationship.
Right.
So the next thing I want to talk about is that, you know, the lady that said she knew her husband was a simp when a simp. And we'll go over that definition here in a second, guys. But she said she knew her husband was a simp when he married her and she had 3 kids. A simp, in the Urban Dictionary.
What does it say simp is?
Basically, a man that is willing to do whatever for a woman because of you not being solid and secure within yourself. And so you accept whatever from this woman and allow her to treat you any type of way. That is the urban definition of a simp.
Yeah, we used to call him a mark-ass,
ninja.
Yeah, ninja. Yeah, so what about the simp? So she married him. She knew he was a simp.
Yeah, so and here's where yes, because y'all, this is where I often I'm not understanding, because if you married the simp, ma'am, that means you got simp qualities within you. Y'all, we only magnetize what's in us. I'm gonna say it over and over until we understand it.
But you know what? This is rest in peace to Kevin Samuel. But one of the things he used to talk to women about or say about is that you got 3 kids, you're 40 years old. Who do you think it's about to come and take care of you? And you got 3 kids. and this is a single man, high value man, making over six figures, successful, got a career, and you have three kids, but you calling this dude a simp. This dude committed and said that, hey, I'm going to take care of you and your kids because I love you like that, but you're going to disrespect him and call him a simp because he loves you. You see, that's what I always say.
Ma'am, you trash. You trash. I'm going to say that.
Yeah, trash.
Yeah, you are.
In the words of Bubba Dub. Yeah, trash. And so when this is what happens. The good guys get treated real bad because they're looking for something else. And here you have a good dude that's taken care of. Maybe he's not, the 10 that you're looking for, but neither are you. Right? Neither are you. Maybe he doesn't have all the qualities of traits.
Women don't like that because most women want to give, oh honey, I'm a solid 10. Okay, there's a saying, let others praise you and don't praise yourself. Mm-hmm. People will let you know what you are.
Right.
And you can have you can have the most beautiful exterior. It could, whether it's a man handsome or a woman beautiful, that can look all great. But if your attitude, if you permeate this negative energy, you are ugly as F.
Yeah.
AF all the way, all day, all the time. Okay?
And then, so let me ask you this. So
yes.
if you, not you, but the woman you're talking about, the female, she knew her man was a simp, that's what she says, because she had 3 kids and he married her.
Yeah.
And then I think you went into it, but I want to go a little bit further. So what does it say about you that, because if you can get somebody else, why are you settling with him? If you can go get somebody else.
Because she couldn't.
Right? That was better than this simp.
Because she couldn't.
Why would you settle for the simp?
Because she couldn't. Because if you could have done, and this is where we tail off on ourselves, guys. You can't just be out here thinking you fooling people and thinking that you just, oh yeah, I did this, and you think that that's cute and it looks good. It's very distasteful. It's not attractive at all, and it shows where your actual brokenness lies. Because if you chose a simp, that's why I say you got some simp qualities in you, ma'am.
So what should a woman that you're mid-30s, early 40s, 3 kids, and people say, well, don't settle. But realistically, what should be the mindset of that? And your kids range from 9 to 15, 16.
Okay. People are out here talking about top tier men. And if a woman is looking for a top tier man is not a man that is making 6 figures all the time.
Or they say high value.
Or high value. It's all the same, but yeah, that's what they say, just so we can be clear. Y'all, if he makes $95,000, if you're talking to me and saying because he doesn't make that extra $5,000, he's not a top tier man. The problem that I have with this is that we're always talking about money. Listen, and now if you're trying to be a kept woman, forget about being kept. And listen again, I am not throwing everybody in the gumbo pot, okay? This is not for everybody. But that percentage of women, if you are a certain age and you have a lot of kids, most of the time nowadays, in these days, a man that, is with the money that you want, he's not looking for you. He is looking for a woman that is on his level, such as she possibly has a career. She don't have to have a major career. She can, and my husband has taught me well, she could be working at Wendy's. If he sees something in her, he'll go scoop her up, and if they're talking and he likes what he hears, she won't be working at Wendy's anymore. But she was probably not looking for that type of man. That type of man found her. And so I just seem to think that we need to veer away from looking at men having the most money. What about his heart, guys? What if you get sick and if you guys go back and look on my page, it's our page, but it's my page because we're a couple and we share things and we don't move like some of these other people are moving. Mm-hmm. But I got sick. My husband was at the hospital with me every single day and night. He went to work, and then when he got off work, he might have gone home, got whatever I needed for myself, himself, and then he came back to the hospital. I recall telling my husband, you don't have to come to the hospital, baby, and stay with me. If you I know you're tired, you're working, my husband has a job where he's managing a team. It's a lot of people, it's a lot of things. He's talking all day. I didn't want to put added pressure on him, even though I was sick. And my husband said, what are you talking about? I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying here. That, when I tell you, I already knew that this guy was like this toward me, mm-hmm. but for that to happen, and then he showed action toward that. Y'all, that was something different for me because I wasn't used to that. And so with that being said, you guys can be looking for a man that, he needs to make six figures all you want. You're going to miss out on a very good man, looking for a man to make a certain amount. Y'all can make that together if you just think about it. Hey, let's put our minds together. What can we do? Let's come together. I keep saying, y'all, anybody can earn money.
Yeah,
what do you think?
No, I'm just saying, roughly 22% of black households, talking a household, earn over $100,000 a year. Right? That's combined income. Mm-hmm. Not talking about just an individual, just the household is earning $100,000 a year. So when you think about the percentage of just single black men, and I'm just talking about black men for a second, that earn over $100,000 a year, and you have 3 kids, mm-hmm. and you think that, you know what, and you got a guy that's probably making that because you want to be kept and taken care of, but you don't respect him enough to not see him as a simp and not as a man. Yeah. And then you treat him like that. So, man, that's not cool. Yeah. At all. Yeah. And I'm not knocking it.
It's disheartening.
It's just disheartening.
Yeah, it is.
There's a lot of good dudes out there that have the right heart, the right mentality, they love family, they love who they love. I mean, and women too, right? I don't make it one-sided. But
you can say for the men, and I'll say for the women, because there are some good women out here, and then they didn't choose right, or mm-hmm. things have happened, and the same for men. But at the end of the day, guys, if you have somebody and they are, because we're about to roll over into our whole subject of tonight's conversation. I don't want to say tonight's, that's somebody's stuff. I want to say our couples conversation. We're about to roll over into that. But if you have a good person, wake up, because y'all, people are declining in their mental and emotional capacity to be able to really love. They're not taking care of themselves emotionally or mentally, even physically. So if you have somebody that's doing that, wake up and see. And then I think that, do you think that you should tell your significant other, you should encourage them and tell them the great job that they're doing at least once a month? At least?
No, I mean, I think definitely more than that, but you should encourage each other. Like, if you're not being encouraged in your household, I mean, if you're not encouraging each other, then, what are you talking about? We were looking at another video where, I think it was a pastor and his wife, and she was saying, I want to hear you all up here talking about sister so-and-so, you're looking good, and just you minister to everybody outside of the home, but you're in the home, and you're not telling your wife how good she looks and how you appreciate her and how you value her. And for women, not telling your man how much you respect him and appreciate him, but you listening to and catering to everybody else.
Right.
You listen to your boss. You listen to pastor. You listening to your dad. You listen to your brothers. You listen to every other man in your life.
Thank you, Vicky.
Every other man in your life, but your husband. You're talking to him real grimy and crazy. but you're respecting everybody else, and that's a problem.
That's a rough space. That's a very rough space, because then it starts to bring on insecurities
And
to
resentment.
to your spouse. What it could be, because it could be vice versa, y'all. There are women out here that are pastoring, and they're doing the same thing, and then the husband is just supporting, and he's not being taken care of. I mean, it's both ways. It's not even just one way anymore. So
Yep.
yeah. So let's get down to it. So tonight our couples conversation is about avoiding tit for tat arguments. I just have a question. Okay.
Yeah, say it.
I just want to push this up. If anybody wants to come on and you have anything to say about this, because we love different perspectives. Have you ever been in a conversation with your significant other? You were telling them, babe, I didn't like the way, or let's not even start there. You talk to me crazy in front of people, right? And then you're telling them your grievance, and then what do?
They start talking about what you've done to them.
Have y'all had that happen before?
I don't. So it's kind of like, well, I don't really, like this, and then the first thing out of their mouth is, well, I don't like when you do that.
Yeah, because you're being dismissive, right? And this is what when people are like, well, you're dismissing what I'm saying, and they're like, no, I'm not. Yes, you are. If your significant other is speaking to you, they're telling you their grievance. They're telling you how they feel, the experience that they are having with you. And you are saying to them, okay, let's just role play. Babe, I don't like the way that you are talking to me when we are in front of people. And I just, I've said this before over and over, and you just keep doing it.
Well, what about when you are in front of your family? I mean, you're talking to me like that.
We're not talking about you, though. We're talking about me. I'm trying to express.
But I'm saying, but that's what you do, though. So you're telling me not to do something, but then you do the exact same thing you're telling me not to do.
Okay. So what you just heard was a conversation of a couple.
That was a quick role play.
What you heard was a couple having an issue. One is trying to tell the grievance, and then the other one is being dismissive, and he wants to tell his grievance. So the next thing that we need to make sure we're doing is active listening. So, husband, I want you to do a role play, and I want you to talk to me and tell me what you think I did wrong, and I need to show a picture of what that looks like.
Okay, so cool. So, babe, listen. We talked about this before, but I don't like when we go out and you get to, get a little buzz, and then you start, twerking and gyrating. I don't really like all of that.
Okay. So what I just heard you say was, when you and I go out, there's a certain behavior or way that I act, and it's not becoming to you, and you don't like it. Is that what I understand?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Okay. Is there something else that you would like to add to that so that I can understand why you're actually feeling that way, or is that it?
Yeah, because I don't want my woman out there acting all, loose. I don't like that. So.
Okay. So first of all, I want to say I apologize, and I and why you may feel that way now that you brought that to me.
Okay. Yeah, that was a good role play.
So that's all we're saying. So it matters how you are presenting it. He doesn't like something. I did what's called active listening. And then I also made sure that I stated what I heard him say to make sure that I was in the ballpark and that I'm understanding. That is how you have to do it. And can I say this? That's really how we do it. We're not saying and making up something to you guys. And this is why I feel good about what my husband and I are doing. And this is our ministry. Ministry doesn't always have to be that you're behind in a pulpit at a church or any of that. this is what you have to do to make sure that you guys are talking and hearing each other. Now, let's take the same scenario, and let's just say that maybe I'm overstimulated by hearing it, and I got something else going on. So let's just start over. Just say it one more time, and I'm gonna put a little twist on it.
Okay. No, I just want to say that when we're out, and then you get a little tipsy, I don't like all that, extra dancing, twerking and carrying on. I said I don't like seeing my woman out like that.
I'm just trying to have fun. I'm just out being me, being free. What is the problem with that?
Yeah, it's a problem because I don't like it.
So I tell you what, I can't do this right now because I don't have the capacity to even hear any of this. So we could just talk about this later.
Okay.
So what that means is that you have to establish a rule that if one of you guys is not mentally available, emotionally available to be able to handle that conversation at that time, it's okay to walk away. Now, I just learned that. For real. I just learned that because one time, I'm gonna be so transparent right here.
Yeah.
Me and my husband had gotten into a heated conversation, and he was like, I don't know what I was doing, and he said when you get a little bit tipsy. So this was true. So guess what? He was trying to leave out the door. Your girl's soul left her body. I just flopped on the floor. I was like, so you just leaving here? You just leaving, huh? So you just gonna leave, right? And he was saying to me, I just need to separate from this energy right now. I'm not leaving you. I'm just leaving the house. But I'm like, to me, and this is where you need to know your person. To me, when I was younger, I was kind of isolated and by myself. So for my husband to say, I'm leaving, I didn't hear I'm leaving the house to separate. I heard I'm leaving. And so what you leaving for? Why are you doing that? Because that's what's always happened. And so I go down this whole rabbit hole of a childhood trauma.
Unresolved.
And yeah, because I'm like, what? He didn't even go nowhere because he was like, this girl, she done lost it.
Listen, but let me ask you, how many of y'all have actually started an argument so you could leave?
Oh, that's
I know some of y'all have. I know somebody.
That's real.
How many y'all you want to go out with your girls, but you don't want to hear anything. You want to start an argument.
Thank you.
Yeah,
we appreciate those roses.
that's my man from way back. That's my brother from another mother.
Okay.
But you start an argument just so you can get out the house. That is a strategy. Hey, just put a little check in there. If you've started an argument just so you can get a pad.
Who's done that?
A lot of people have done that.
But because I would never think to do that. But I do more. More men do that than women though.
Nah.
Women do that.
Women do. Well, I'm not gonna say more or less. I'm saying, but they do. I know both men and women that have started an argument. Well, I just need some space. You know what? I need some space. They're already been playing this weekend trip.
Oh.
Weeks ago.
Oh, so they started some stuff so they can go fulfill that weekend.
So they can go on a little weekend getaway, whether it be with the girls or with the fellas. But they starting some drama.
Okay. So
that they can go and do what they need to do, whether it be for 24, 48 hours, instead of just having a conversation, saying. And then here's another thing. This is another transparent, right?
Okay.
We had a situation where I'm out, cigar lounge, and with my boy, and we were just smoking. He was getting ready to leave, but you know what? I don't know what was going on during the time, but I wasn't really ready to go. I thought about I was gonna go meet my brother or whatever, but I'm thinking about that, right? But I'm not really ready to go. And so I said, well, hey, I'm still here with my boy. Now he literally just walked out the door maybe 5-10 minutes ago. It was about that time because he lived around the corner. And so then I get a call you know, I lied. I said my boy was still there, but it was just really me because I didn't want to hear all of the extra that this on me, because maybe there wouldn't have been any extra.
It wouldn't have.
Right, but we're saying that now, but I'm just telling you
At
the
that time.
mindset. I just want to chill for another minute, decide if I was going to go meet my brother or not. But that caused a whole issue, right? Number one, because I wasn't honest enough to just say, you know what, I'm not ready to come home yet. I'm just chilling. I'm going to finish my cigar, finish my drink. I'm going to post up for a minute. The game is still on. My boy left. I didn't want to hear, why are you staying there? I felt like it would have been more than it actually was. And then sometimes we create our own issues just because we're not willing just to say what it is. Now, you know what? I'm still chilling. My boy just left. I'm gonna finish my stick, finish my drink, finish a game. I think it was a Thursday night or Monday night. I can't remember what night it was. But I'm gonna post up for a minute. I didn't do that. Man got straight jammed up.
Well, I really love your transparency because we can talk about that because my husband wasn't honest with me, what it does for either party, guys. Mm-hmm. If the honesty is not laid out and someone finds out that you're not being truthful, mm-hmm. It takes a minute. And I heard somebody say it takes 364 days now. Because that one day you lied. Now, it takes a whole year for your significant other or your partner to, the trust to be built up. Mm-hmm. Now, what's happening is you're on edge because you don't want to be blindsided. Let me go a little bit further. If you grew up and someone lied to you, mm-hmm. If you were adopted, if people didn't tell you were adopted, that's a lot to a kid. And so now kids are like, are people lying to me?
About everything.
So if you grew up and it wasn't your real mom and you think this is your real mom, that's your dad, but not your real mom, and they just told you this mom and dad, nobody's ever told you the truth. And now you're feeling some type of way because now adults again have lied to you. So when you get married or get in any type of relationship, if somebody's not being truthful to you, what the other party is not understanding is if I say this one lie because of discomfort from me, I don't feel like going through something, they don't realize how much of a setback or trigger that is for the other party. This is why when you are getting into relationships mm-hmm. with people, so we don't have the tit for tat disagreements. Right. The more we know about our significant other
and their experiences,
the more we know, okay, that may be a trigger if I say or do that. So you may rethink it.
Right.
Okay, we're talking about logical people right now, guys.
Yeah, and then to add to that, here you have two people that have had some type of trauma. Mm-hmm. That's your trauma or that person's trauma. But your trauma may be you've been in controlling, manipulating relationships and you haven't been able to be transparent and honest without all of that toxicity. Right. So now, because y'all haven't talked about experiences and how we respond to situations, now there's this conflict on both sides that can be resolved easily with communication.
Hey, Antoinette.
So yeah, I just want to share that example.
Well, and that was very good, and I really do appreciate you for being transparent with our audience about that, because we didn't say we were going to even talk about that, but we are open to tell you guys because we've told you we're open about our experiences. So let's just say this, guys, because we're talking about avoiding tit for tat arguments. Mm-hmm. We went through a scenario a few minutes ago. Some of you may have missed it, but if my husband has a grievance, y'all, and he's saying, hey, I don't like the way that you may act when we go out, you're doing this when you get a little bit tipsy, blah, blah, blah. It is now my responsibility to hear my husband and be like, okay, not, well, you know what? When we go out, I don't like the way that you look at other women. That is not the time to bring that up. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you what looks better so that you guys can both hear each other. I give opportunity for my husband to bring his grievance, sit it on the table. I hear him. I acknowledge. I'm empathetic. I'm telling him, you know what? I can do that differently. Because, guys, being tipsy or getting drunk, which one you ever want to call it, is not an excuse to disrespect, dishonor, or make your spouse feel a certain type of way. That is for you to manage, period. And then if you're with somebody and they don't know how to manage that, y'all might not need to go out in public. I don't know anything else to say. However, let me say this.
Might need to get into counseling. But go ahead.
Might get in, and that's going to be the last thing we talk about. However, if I need to say something about my husband about a grievance, today is not the day. I need to allow him to be able to talk how he's feeling about what's going on, about how I made him feel. That's his experience with me. Whether it's truthful to me or not, that doesn't matter. So then there's a rule. Okay, we're going to talk about your grievance today, and then maybe next week we're going to talk about mine. I think that's fair. And if it is so deep, y'all, that you can't get resolved about the grievances you both have, that's when you have to kick it up a notch and say, you know what, we need a mediator. We need to go to counseling. You want to be happy in your household. Can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
If I was a nagging wife and if I'm always, permeating attitude and just all of this yuck that's in me is being pushed out every day and you're having to live in that, how long do you think that would last?
Not long.
Okay.
No, it wouldn't last long. Not at this stage in my life. It wouldn't last long.
Why not?
Well, because I'm at a stage in my life where, my peace is everything to me. And if you're not willing to do the necessary work on you, and if everything's always projected out, and you're not taking any accountability, any ownership, not trying to work through whatever those issues are, and it's all on me, I just don't think it's fair so it's going to be one of two things. I'm going to check out, and then over time, I'm just going to vacate, or it'll be immediate. Like, I'm just not going to, that wouldn't be our issue because we communicate, but I just think at a certain point, I'm not going to be just a punching bag, and I wouldn't expect you to be that either.
Okay. And that's really good because what we want you guys to hear, and the reason why I asked him that question is, guys, when you are in an environment and it's toxic,
I can't do
it doesn't, like, for your health purposes, like mentally, emotionally, even physically, it's not gonna work out well. This is why communication in a relationship is vital. You got to make sure that if something is not right, I always say this for women, and I'll let my husband speak on, for men. When we have unresolved issues with our spouses, if we feel like we're not being heard, if we feel like we're not safe, if we feel like, just all these unresolved things, when it comes time to be sexually intimate, we are shut off and closed off. We don't want to. So when you talk about not facing you or kissing you, women are not trying to do that. It's, I'm going to turn this way, do whatever you got to do, and I can't wait till this is over. And that's what they're thinking, most women. I'm not speaking for everybody, but that's what most women are thinking when this is happening. So men, I'm just saying to you, if you haven't recognized, if you like, why my woman always turned away from me? Like, I like to do it missionary. She don't want to do it like that. I'm telling you, go ask her what the problem is. There is one, honey. There is one. And you might be thinking everything's okay because some women have been taught just not to talk. Don't say nothing. Leave that man alone. Let him do whatever he wants to do. And then she's basically taken that in and received it and said, I'll accept this because this is what I was taught. But that's not what she really wants to do. That's not how she really feels. She wants to tell you, you are hurting me. I am so hurt. This happened. And she feels like she can't talk to you. So what you now have done is created an unsafe space for your wife. She feels like she can't really be herself and express herself.
So what you're saying is, her wanting to do it doggy style all the time is not necessarily a good thing.
No.
Okay.
No. Women.
It's not because you just hitting it like that, bruh. She probably she's just not into it like that.
She doesn't want to look at you.
She don't want to look at you. So if you can't get no, frontal action, then
it's a problem.
It's a problem.
Because
she might be thinking about somebody else. You just don't want to look at you.
And she's probably not thinking about anybody else. She's probably thinking about she's sick of being in the relationship she's in and having to go through what she's going through, because women will cheat, but that's not the first choice for women. The first choice is that most women really want, and let me say healthy women, they really want to make sure that we're good here. Mm-hmm. Okay? Yeah. So now let me ask you a question. Yeah. When you're not first of all, before we go any further, thank you guys for sharing our live. Thank you for spending time with us. Thank you for getting to know us. Yeah. And thank you for being a part of our community. We ask you to subscribe, like, and share. When this is not available anymore on this particular platform, it's going to be available on YouTube, Balcony Talk, at Balcony Talk, WTN, or Love and Truth Podcast. Yep. You'll find us on YouTube. Yes. So tell me how men feel whenever there is a problem and you don't want to be intimate with your partner. Because it happens. Yeah. Can I tell you why? I read today on Instagram, it was a video of a couple. They were at some type of resort. And the lady, she was laying between her spouse's legs, and they were looking at a book, and it was like an intimate moment. And the question was, how long has it been since you guys been intimate? And I was very surprised, because some women were saying it's been a year. Some women were saying, I don't even know how long it's been. That's a rough space. So for men, if you're not attracted to your spouse or your partner anymore, what does that look like?
Depressing. It looks depressing.
Well, if you're not with me, who you with?
Well, because that's really the next question. Because if a man is not wanting to be intimate, it's either one or two things. He's either in a very toxic situation, or he's just not attracted anymore. Or it's a feeling of rejection. Maybe he's being rejected and doesn't even want to try anymore.
Wait a minute. Okay. What does that look like to a woman when we're not being intimate, and you said you don't want to try anymore with me because you don't want to be rejected anymore? Mm-hmm. Right. So what do you mean by that? How did I reject you? And I'm not saying this is our story, but I'm
saying when you're trying to be intimate, and now it could be all the reasons that you named earlier. But if I'm trying to be intimate and it's like, no, stop. Well, I don't feel like it. Or no, I got a headache. All of that stuff. After a while, dudes are just gonna stop trying. And unfortunately, this is probably a reality. He's either going to be deep into something visual, or he's going to be into
porn.
Porn, that's what I'm talking about. Visual.
Yeah, porn.
Massive self-gratification.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Or fantasizing over other women.
Okay.
Or men. I mean, nowadays, or men. Who knows?
Yeah,
what's going on?
Like to each his own.
We're not. Do your thing.
We're not those type of people. To each his own. But okay, so.
And you might not be physically attracted, right?
Okay, let's talk about that.
If you're not physically attracted to your spouse because.
Well, what happened?
Of weight gain or
okay.
Not fit. You get tired of hearing "put my leg down" or "my leg hurt." Or
so for women, I let me go ahead and clarify. My husband and I already know if there's an ailment, if there's something that is physically wrong with you and you cannot lose weight because of whatever reason. Mm-hmm. I want men to know this, and this is the part where I'm going to, if men will give me the opportunity. I've gone through menopause. When, my husband and I got together, I'm a solid 155, 160. My husband likes petite, okay? He doesn't care about breasts. He don't care about butts. He don't care. That's why I'm telling you, women, all men are not liking BBLs and you going to get your lips looking like a duck or in your breasts are sticking out where you can't walk straight and you bent over. That is not what all men like. Mm-hmm. So stop doing things thinking that all men like that. When my husband and I got together, something that we talked about is understanding what he was attracted to. Something that we talked about is what I'm attracted to. I'm attracted to lean. It's nothing against people that have a different type of weight.
What are we talking about?
Because we're okay. So our subject is how to avoid tit for tat arguments. That's what the topic is about.
And then we got into intimacy and all
yes.
that. Yes,
and we're going down the pipeline because things happen that cultivate tit for tat. Mm-hmm. So my husband and I, upon, just cultivating a deeper friendship, I understood he doesn't like a more, thicker woman. That's just him. It's okay if you thick. So this is what I want to make sure of, because sometimes people get into, you body shame. And let me tell y'all something. That's not our platform. That's not what we're here for. We want to talk about for health reasons. Now, what happened is I got bigger, okay? And I gained from 155, 160 to 200 pounds. Menopause showed up, and I didn't know I had menopause. And men, please hear, and women, show your man this video. But I gained weight not because I was overeating, not because I was being lazy and not working out anymore. There are different ailments that come up and they just make you spread. I finally, going for my well woman's exam, and my gynecologist was like, oh, you're going through menopause. That's why you're gaining weight. Y'all, I had so many meltdowns in the closet, but let me say this to you. When you have a compatible mate, he knows, he sees me. I'm not a snacker. I'm not just eating all times of the night. It's just certain things that I still wasn't doing. That it wasn't things that I was changing that showed the weight gain. Let me put it like that. And my husband, when I had meltdowns in the closet, he'd be like, baby, get up, put on your clothes. You look good. But y'all, I wasn't feeling good. I was very, very depressed. He waited on me to see whatever that was going to look like. Because my husband didn't know. He didn't know if I was going to be like, oh, shoot. Well, she going to get rid of the weight. He didn't make me feel any type of way. For myself, I had to change, because then I had to get on high blood pressure medicine because of the weight gain. Y'all, I'm not with taking no medicine like that. And people can tell us, oh, yeah, it's hereditary. For me, I don't believe that all things are hereditary. I think that it is about our diet and things that are passed down to us. And so my husband said this to me. So this is where your spouse assists you. And you, man, woman, you have to be willing to accept what they're doing. My husband got up, and this is in April, on a Sunday. He said, hey, babe, we're going to become vegan. I said, when we going to do it? He's talking about tomorrow. Well, today's Sunday. Tomorrow, Monday. Well, how are we going to just go vegan in one day? Me and my husband can both be impulsive, but that impulsive day, I appreciate it. Has been the only time that I've lost weight. So now I'm back feeling myself. But my husband is attracted to me at a certain way. He's going to always love me, and I'm going to love him. Mm-hmm. And if he gains a whole bunch of weight, I'm not going to be attracted like that. I'm going to tell you that right now. And I'm going to still love him. I'm going to still because if you're sick, that's one thing. But if you're being lazy, that's another.
And then how does that show up in the tit for tat?
Because what happens is, if I'm saying to you, hey babe, you've gained a little bit of weight. Come on, let's go walk. Mm-hmm. Then what would you say?
Why ain't say that when you gain weight?
So all I'm trying to do is make sure you're healthy. And let me just say this, and it may be hard for you to hear. Do you give me permission to say this to you? You give me permission? Mm-hmm. I said when we first got together, I don't really care for a more thicker or hefty guy. I like you slim. Now, if you've gained some weight, that's fine, because I understand the more seasoned we become, we're going to pick up a few pounds. But you've gained 200 more pounds, and I'm not attracted to that. So I'm just trying to get us to walk together. I'm just trying to help you. And then I know your health is failing in some areas, not because you can't walk, not because you can't exercise, not because you can't do a lifestyle change, but you're not giving me permission to help you.
Okay. There we go. Yeah.
I think that was simple. So
it's just how you communicate.
It's how you communicate. I said it last night, and for those of you that follow me, you can get a man, women, you can get a man to eat out of your hand. My husband, when I tell you, he will do anything I ask, but I talk to him right. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, and I'm not a simp.
No one said you were a simp.
No, I'm just saying it. I'm not saying, I don't do for you because I'm a simp. And you don't treat me like that either.
Why were you even talking about that? Because that was about the first lady talking about she got 3 kids and she got married and she knew she married a simp. But then, but if you're saying you're not a simp and we're even talking about that, that gives indication. Well, maybe is she a simp? I'm not a simp either.
No one said that.
But because you said it, it made me feel a certain type of way.
Well, I'm sorry. Take a sip because you're not a simp.
I don't want nothing.
I'll take it.
Do you see how easily things can be said? And you can't really wear your feelings on your shoulder. And that's what a lot of people do. And women and men, if you are very sensitive like that, I would say that have a conversation with yourself. Everybody knows their own heart. You know yourself. You know if you're a sensitive person and wear your feelings on your shoulder. You can't do that nowadays. You can't do that with you, because you'll say something to yourself and believe it, and it's absolutely not the truth. If your spouse says something to you and they're just trying to assist you and get you strong and encourage you, you don't hear it as encouragement. It is filtered through toxic ears, and you heard your husband say something he absolutely did not say. So you saying I'm fat? Baby, you have gained weight. And you know what? Yeah, you are. You're fat now. I just want to help you get out of the space that you are, because I see you taking all this medication. I see you being depressed. I see you being hard on yourself. I'm just trying to help you. Why are we not on the same team? Why are we not? Because a house divided can't stand. Okay. Okay. I don't think my husband know what to say right now. I'm on one?
No, yeah, on 2.
I'm on 2.
Yeah, but
you
go ahead, baby.
You're probably tired too. My husband been at work all day, y'all.
That's all good.
Kudos to my baby. He been at work all day. He been up since probably 6 o'clock this morning, and then we are committed to this because we are committed to helping couples get better in their relationship.
And help them communicate.
Yes. Baby, there go our thing again.
Okay, hold on.
Because you got long arms. Boom.
Okay.
All right. So I think that's it. Did anybody have any questions? Like, I don't even see people having questions. People out here at library quiet. I'm like, y'all ain't nobody saying nothing.
We appreciate y'all joining.
We do appreciate you guys joining. And thank you so much for sharing our lives. Thank you so much for just spending time with us, because let me tell you something we do know. Mm-hmm. You could be on anybody else's live. You chose to stop by here, spend time with us, and we want to say thank you. All right, until Sunday, and you guys will see me sometime during the week. I'm gonna pop in and pop out, and it'll probably be around 5 o'clock because that's when people get off work. But you'll see me by myself. But Tuesdays and Sundays, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, you'll see us. I appreciate y'all being transparent about the hard conversations.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate you for even saying that. So thank you so much.
That's encouraging.
Yeah, and you guys send us some questions if you have anything. I enjoyed you all. Thanks for the good and the encouraging words. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, you need to go there. And here's the thing, because I want to comment on that.
Okay.
I think you're right. Most people don't want to go there because they're not sure what the response is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm telling you, if you go there, on the other side of whatever that response is breakthrough in the relationship. It's just levels to it.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to be willing to confront the things that are in front of you and create a safe space where you guys can talk about whatever it is.
Yeah.
And be comfortable. And then over time, you will gain a better understanding and wisdom about the importance of communication and not reacting, right? Not everything deserves a reaction. So, but definitely go there, go in those hard places.
True Goddess said we need more of this nowadays. And so good communication skills. Thank you. And so you guys got it. We're on here. We're going to be tuned in, and as consistent as we can be, guys, we're on here. We're going because we understand this is people need it. We need it, and people need it, you know? So have a wonderful night. We will see you guys on Sunday, and I will see you by myself at 5 p.m. or whatever.